Hello, my name is Amy from Evolve Fitness. We have locations in Halifax, Dartmouth, Bedford, and Elmsdale, Nova Scotia, or you can be joining us online from anywhere in the world via our virtual program or right here on YouTube. So today I'm going to be taking you through a 15-minute lower body intermediate workout, and all you're going to need for this is a dumbbell, and you may want to have a chair or a bench handy to put a foot up on for rear foot elevated split squats. I will give you an alternative though if you don't have something to put your foot up on. So we are going to dive into it today. We're going to start with a quick little warm up. So we're just going to go ahead with some jumping jacks. Just getting the heart rate going a little bit. All right, and then we're just going to go into some body weight squats here. So thinking about opening up the hips, sitting down as deep as you can comfortably sit. Pretend that there's a stool right behind your feet and you're trying to sit down on that stool. All right, we're going to go down for just a few push-ups. You can just do these from your knees, just enough to get our arms and shoulders warmed up a little bit. Perfect. And then we'll come back up and we're going to do some arm circles. We want to do some big ones, some little ones, some forwards and some backwards. Just loosening up those shoulders. All right, we're going to go back to jumping jacks for a few more seconds. Awesome. And then into some more squats. Again, just thinking about opening up the hips, push the knees out, sitting down as deep as you can comfortably get. All right, let's go down for just a few more push-ups. Again, just from your knees is good here, just enough to get a little bit warmed up. All right, we're going to come back up on our feet again. This time we're going to do stick-ups, so you're going to reach way, way up overhead, and you're going to pull your elbows down and back as if you're trying to put your elbows into your back pockets here. Should feel this throughout your shoulders and upper back. Might be feeling a little stretch across the chest as well. All right, and then we're going to run through a couple of stretches. So we're going to start by going down on one knee with the opposite foot out in front. We're going to put our hands on the floor inside, and then we're just going to twist and reach up to the ceiling, and then we're going to come back down and then twist up to the other side. We're just going to go back and forth here a couple of times. Thinking about opening up the chest and the hips as we go through this. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and switch legs and do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, from here, we are going to go into a high plank position. We're going to pull our hips up and back into a downward dog here. So thinking about pushing our chest back towards our legs, our hands into the floor, our hips up to the ceiling. You can jog your feet a little bit here. You can come in and out of it a couple times, whatever you feel like you need. All right, and then when you are ready, we're just going to finish up with a low squat hold. So you're just going to sit down into the bottom of your squat. You can relax your arms on your legs. Just kind of rock around there for a few seconds. Open up the hips. So our workout today is going to consist of 3 sets. They're going to be 4-minute AMRAPs, 2 exercises back and forth. So What that means is I'm going to time you for 4 minutes. You're going to have 2 exercises, and you're just going to do as many rounds as you can in that 4 minutes. Go at a pace that is comfortable yet challenging to you. So our first 4-minute AMRAP, we're going to go back and forth between split squats and a straight leg bridge march. So for your split squats, if you have a chair or a bench or something that you can do rear foot elevated to, we're going to do that. So to set yourself up, I want you to sit on the end of the bench. You're going to put one leg straight out in front, stand up from there, and that's where you want your front foot to be. Then you're going to gently put that back foot up behind you, and then from there, we are going to hang on to our dumbbell in the hand that is opposite the working leg. So if we're working the right leg, we want to have that dumbbell in the left hand, and we're just going to squat down into that front leg as deep as we can comfortably get, and then standing back up again, thinking about driving that full foot into the floor, so toes and heels. We're going to do 8 reps on each leg. 8 is the number you're going to have to remember here. So 8 reps on each leg, and then we're going to go into a straight leg bridge march. So for that, you're going to be on the floor on your back. We want to come in as if we're getting ready to go into a glute bridge position, but what we want to do is extend our legs out so they're a little bit straighter. Now, how straight you go is up to you. The further out your feet are, the more challenging this is going to be. So start kind of in the middle, and then you can adjust from there. We're going to come into a glute bridge, so we're going to squeeze those glutes, bring those hips up, keep your core nice and tucked here. Arms can be out to the side to help you balance, and what we're going to do is march one leg up, bring that knee to 90 degree, back down, and then march the other leg up. And so again, we're going to be doing 8 per side here, so 16 in total. Going to really feel this one in the hamstrings. So 4 minutes, 8 split squats on each leg, 16 straight leg bridge marches, and we are going to go in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, to get yourself in the right spot, you're going to sit down on the edge of the bench, stand up from there, then put your back foot up. And again, you're just lowering as deep as you can comfortably get here, and then standing back up again. Think about pushing that full front foot through the floor. Again, you are keeping count here, so as soon as you get 8 done, you're going to switch legs. You can just bring that other foot right to the same spot, and then switch hands with your dumbbell, and then we're going to go right into the other side. All right, as soon as you get 8 on each leg done, you are coming down for those straight leg bridge marches. So again, the farther out you put your feet, the more challenging this will be. Should be really feeling this one in the hamstrings, a little bit of glutes, probably a little bit of core as well. Just a nice controlled pace here. All right, as soon as you finish your 16 bridge marches, you are coming back up for your split squats again, 8 each leg. We are just about 2 minutes into this one, so almost halfway through this round. As you're doing these split squats, I want you to think about keeping your core nice and tight, keeping your shoulders nice and tight. A slight lean forward as you squat down is perfectly okay, as long as your shoulders stay tight. Back to those straight leg bridge marches again once you get your split squats done. Really think about keeping those hips high, driving the back of your heel into the floor. Nice controlled pace. Sometimes keeping count is the hardest part of this. Got a little less than a minute left on this one. Just get as many reps in as you can here. Few more seconds here. See if you can get a couple more of these split squats or bridge marches in, whatever you're working on. Done. All right. So that is AMRAP 1 down. Take a quick little breather, grab a drink, shake those legs out. All right, so our next AMRAP, so again, we're gonna have 2 exercises back and forth for 4 minutes. We're gonna start with a B-Stance Deadlift. So what you wanna do here is put one foot just slightly behind you on the toes. So your knees should still be in line. Those toes should be pretty close to that front heel as opposed to stepping way back like this. Keep those toes nice and close. And then what we're gonna do is hold the weight on the side of the leg that is behind us. Then we're gonna hinge at the hips. So we're gonna squeeze our armpits nice and tight, squeeze our core nice and tight. We're gonna really push our chest out as we drive our hips behind us. Drag that dumbbell right down next to your leg, and then pull those hips back to the front. So again, we're gonna do 8 on each leg there. Then we're gonna go into a 1.5 goblet squat. So you're gonna hold that weight up in front of your chest. Get into your squat position. We're gonna go all the way down, halfway up, back down, and then all the way up. So down, halfway up, down, all the way up. So again, we're doing 8 of everything. So 8 on each leg of the B-Stance deadlifts, and then 8 1.5 goblet squats for 4 minutes. And we are gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, just gently on those toes. Weight is in this hand of the leg that's behind us. We're shooting our hips back, keeping our shoulders back, chest out. Really feeling a stretch in the hamstring here. Thinking about squeezing the glutes as we stand up. Again, this one is all about the hips. So we're just driving the hips back behind us and pulling the hips forward again. As soon as you get 8, you're going to switch legs. Remember to switch the hand that that weight is in as well. We're about 1 minute into it. Again, as soon as you get 8 on each leg, you're going to switch to those 1.5 goblet squats. So all the way down, halfway up, back down, and then all the way up. 8 times. As you're squatting here, I want you to think about staying nice and tall in the chest. Pretend that I'm trying to read the front of your shirt as you squat down. And remember, you are just counting 8 squats and then going right back to those B-Stance deadlifts, 8 per leg. We are almost 2 minutes into this one. So as you send those hips back, you want to let that front knee bend just enough to let your hips travel back. Remember to keep those shoulders tight, push that chest out. Thinking about sending the hips back and pulling the hips back forward.
Just do an 8 and then switching legs. Remember to make sure that back leg is not too far back. You want it to be pretty close to that front foot. It's just there for support. Finishing up those B-stance and then right back to those squats. We've got about a minute left on this one. All right, back to those deadlifts soon as you finish those squats. Little less than 30 seconds to go here. See how many more reps you can get. And done. All right, nice work. That is 2 out of 3 AMRAPs down. We have 1 more to go. Grab a quick drink. All right, so our last AMRAP, again, we've got 2 exercises back and forth. We're going to start with a lateral lunge. So for a lateral lunge, you want to start with your feet nice and wide. So I find a lot of people when they first set this up tend to come in a little too narrow. So always go wider than you think you need to. Toes can be pointed out a little bit. And then what we're going to do is pretend that there is a stool right behind that foot, and we're going to try to sit our bum down on that stool. So as we go down, we're pushing that knee out over those toes. We're shooting our hips back behind us. Again, pretending that there's a stool right behind that foot, and we're trying to sit on that stool. So from the side, it's going to look like this. Again, feet nice and wide. We're sending the hips back, letting the torso come forward, and just getting as deep as we can comfortably get into that position. So again, we're going to do 8 per leg there. Then we're going to go down. This one's going to have a little bit of core involved as well. We're going to do a plank with a leg lift. Now we're going to be using our glutes to lift these legs. So you want to come into either a high or a low plank position, however you're more comfortable. And then what we're going to do is just gently lift one foot just an inch or 2 off the floor, back down, and then we're going to lift the other one just an inch or 2 off the floor. You don't want to lift too high because you will lose the glute engagement. And you also want to make sure that that leg stays completely straight as you're lifting. So again, 8 per side, so we're going to do 16. We're going to alternate legs every time. So it's going to be 8 lateral lunges per side, 16 plank leg lifts, back and forth as many rounds as you can in 4 minutes. If you want to hold your weight for those lateral lunges, you can hold it goblet style up in front of your chest. All right, we are going in. 3, 2, 1, go. So your choice here, if you want to do all one leg first, or if you want to switch legs every time and just do 16 in total. Either works. And if you find that you're not able to get very deep, or if you find that you're in kind of feels awkward as you lunge to the side, try putting your feet a little bit wider than you have them. Again, remember to let those hips go back behind you. Let your torso come forward a little bit as you lunge to the side. And again, as soon as you get 8 done, we're going to go down for that plank with a leg lift. We're about a minute into this one. So again, make sure you've got that leg completely straight, your knee pretty much locked out, and you're just lifting an inch or two off the floor. Keep those hips tucked nice and low. Elbows should be directly under your shoulders. Should be feeling this one. Lots of core, but also glutes here. And then right back to those lunges as soon as you finish your plank leg lifts. Two minutes into this one already. Remember to push that knee outward as you lunge down to the side. Knees should always move in the same direction as your toes are pointed. Probably feeling a nice big stretch through your adductors, the inside of your thighs here. Finish up those lunges and right back down for your plank leg lifts. Again, just a tiny little bit off the floor. We don't want to shoot that foot too high. Keeping those hips tucked low. All right, we are into our last 45 seconds here. We're going to alternate these last few lunges just to make sure we keep our legs even. Almost through. We've got 10 seconds left. Get your last few reps in here. And we are done. All right. That is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope your legs are at least a little bit on fire. And I will hope to catch you next time. Have an amazing day.